Hi guys, welcome back or welcome to my channel. My name is Catherine and this is my lifestyle channel. I also have a language and travel channel that I'm gonna link down below. Go check it out. I'm in the middle of posting a China series, but here in today's video I'm gonna talk about some books. So a year ago I made a video of these books will self-destruct in 12 months. I had 9 books in that video, I believe, and I was planning to film an update and talk about whether I have read or haven't read those books, but the thing is that I've only read one of those books and the rest of them just self-destructed, meaning I just deleted them from my TBR, so I don't see the point in talking about them anymore. But today I have a self-destruct video 2.0, so I have 8 books on the list right now, and I actually really want to read all of these books. I'm excited to read them, but I just never seem to pick them up, and some of these books have been on my TBR for years, meaning 10, 11 years maybe, and I've had enough. I just don't want to deal with it anymore. I want to just sit down and read these books finally. And if I don't, it just means that it's time for them to leave my TBR. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. So without further ado, let's get started. So the first book on this list is These Broken Stars by Amy Kaufman and Megan Spooner, and I've had this on my TBR since April 2014, so for more than 11 years now. And this is a space story about this luxury spaceship crashing on a planet, and we have our two main characters, Lilac and Tarver, who seem to be the only survivors, and they are from two different worlds. Lilac is this rich girl and Tarver comes from nothing, and it's, I suppose it could be hate-love relationship, but because they are the only two survivors, they have to stay together and rely on each other, and I guess love happens, and I'm actually very excited to read this book, but I just never seem to pick it up. Hopefully I do read it in the next 12 months because I really don't want to delete it from my list, but I will stick to my word, and in a year's time I will film an update, and if I haven't read this book by then, I will have to delete it from my TBR. Book number 2 on this list is Dune by Carrie Corp, and this has been on my TBR since June 2014, so 11 years as well. And this one is about Veronica, who has these weird daydreams about this blonde boy, but nobody else seems to see him, so she thinks she's going crazy. And when her friend McKenna invites Veronica to spend a summer in Scotland, Veronica jumps on the opportunity and they travel to Scotland. And the weird thing is that the blonde boy seems to follow her, and suddenly Veronica and McKenna discover this weird set of rings and a letter from McKenna's great aunt. When they follow the instructions in the letter, they suddenly get to this fairy tale like world, and there is a prince and the blonde boy is there as well, and I guess love happens as well. And this seems like a very interesting book, especially for fall. I think it would be so cool to read it this fall. I don't know about you, but Scotland just screams cozy to me, and even though it's set in the summer, I think it would still be really cool to read it in the autumn. So yeah, hopefully I read this book because I really want to read it. The next one is The Young Elites by Marie Lu, and this one is another one that I really want to read, and this has been on my TBR since July 2014, and this is a dark fantasy novel set in a world where a deadly illness left marks on its survivors, and Adelina is one of the survivors, and she has a mark, and she discovers that she has these powerful and apparently dangerous abilities, and she is cast away by her family, and she is running away from Inquisition. And she is rescued by this group of people calling themselves the Young Elites, and they are a group of young people who want to overthrow the corrupt regime. And this sounds very fun. I love Marie Lu. I've read multiple of her books, and Legend series is actually one of my favorite series of all time. So I have no clue how I have not read this book yet, but in the next 12 months it is definitely going to happen. So yeah, this next one is I'll Meet You There by Heather Demetrios, and this is a story about two teenagers. One is Skylar and the other one is Josh, and Skylar was planning to have a summer of her life, but after her mom loses her job, I think Skylar has to take on a job at this old motel, and Josh is a ex-marine and he returns from Afghanistan with only one leg, so he has lost one of his legs in Afghanistan, and he also works in that motel, and I think they connect somehow, and love happens maybe. So this sounds very interesting. This has been on my TBR since June 2016, so not nearly as long as the previous three, but still pretty long, almost 10 years. So it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. This one, like honestly, I am excited about this one, but not as much as the previous three. But I still really want to read it. I don't want to. I just don't want it to self-destruct in 12 months, so I have to read it. The next one is Love and Olives by Jenna Evans Welsh. This is a third book in the series, and this has been on my TBR since May 2020. I have read the previous two, and by fact, I have actually started this book already, and I just put it down years ago, maybe like a couple of years ago. I tried reading it and it just didn't flow, so I put it down, and I still want to read it. So this is a book about our main character Liv, and her parents are separated, and her dad lives in Greece, and he is obsessed with the idea of finding the lost city of Atlantis, and now he claims that he has found it, and I think they are going to film a TV series on him and how he discovers the lost city of Atlantis, and Liv goes to Greece to be with him for the summer. And I actually really enjoyed the first two books. I think I gave them 4 out of 5 stars. I can't say that I remember much, but I would still like to read this book as well. I'm more on the edge about this one. If I don't read it, I don't think I will be very disappointed in letting it go. So yeah, that was book number 5. Book number 6 is a faux love story by Lone Le, and this has been on my TBR since October 2020, and this is about these two families that own rival pho restaurants, and these two teens, they are rivals, and I think this is like Motegi and Capuletti of Vietnamese American descendants, and they find their way to each other, and they start to spend more time together and fall in love. And technically I should really enjoy this because I love a good YA contemporary romance where there is no spice, because I feel like most romance books these days are filled with just adult scenes, and as a Christian I don't really want to read that, so I'm gravitating towards books that are for younger people but that don't have spice, but like I still enjoy them even though they are for younger people. I don't know, I hope it makes sense, but anyway, I am a bit on the edge about this one, so I tried to choose books that I'm really excited, and then books that I am on the edge about, that I'm not sure about. So this is one of them, and I would like to read it. It sounds fun, and I've heard some really good things about it, but if it doesn't happen, well, yeah, we'll see. Book number 7 is You Can Go Your Own Way by Eric Smith. I have read one other book by Eric Smith. I think it was called Don't Read the Comments. I listened to the audiobook years ago and I enjoyed it. I can't say that I remember much, but the reason this one is on my list is because it has such a low rating. I think it has a rating of 3.36 on Goodreads, and the story itself sounds really intriguing. So this is about two characters who are locked into this arcade because of the snowstorm, and this sounds really fun. And actually one of my favorite books of all time, By Your Side by Casey West, is about two teens trapped in a library over the weekend, and this one is set in an arcade, which sounds even more fun. and hopefully I can read it in the next 12 months. But yeah, because it has such a low rating, I am not very desperate to get my hands on it, so we will see what happens. And the last book on this list is Beach Cute by Beth Rickles, and this has been on my TBR since last year. I don't know exactly when because I've had it on my iPad for about a year now, but I only added it to my Goodreads TBR in May 2025, so not that long ago. But this has a very, very low rating as well. And this is about these three girls, Luna, Rory, and Jody, and they seem to have nothing in common, but they connected this resort. And this sounds like such a beach read, and I don't know why I didn't read it this summer, but hopefully I can read it next spring or summer because it's also a short one. So I don't know, or maybe if in the middle of winter I suddenly feel like reading something beachy and hot and summery, I will pick this book up. But again, this is one that I'm on the edge about and not sure about, so we will see what happens to this one. So in 12 months, at the beginning of September, I will try to film an update, and we will see how many books I have read and how many books will self-destruct. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Comment down below if you have read any of these books and did you like them and do you recommend reading them, and don't forget to subscribe and like this video, and I will see you very soon. Bye!